So Simon, you put great importance on responsible gambling, but I feel that it took the industry quite a while to acknowledge and appreciate that, this is an important issue. What are your feelings about it?
I feel quite the same about it. I feel like that the bigger emphasis is being put on responsible gambling for the recent years. And one of the factors which is to blame is that the online gambling is increasing, right? And it's the expand is really accelerated and has been accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic. And there has been some backlashes from it, in the matter of protecting the players. The more players gamble, the more will be the percentage of problem gamblers from them, I mean the amount of them. So I think that this has caused that there is this higher focus on responsible gambling, and it is the right thing to do, because if we will approach gambling responsibly, we can work towards a sustainable business, a sustainable market for everyone, for the companies, for the players, and for the public as well.
So one of the more popular methods of promoting responsible gambling is self-exclusion. Reality is that someone who is really determined will find a way. Do you think self-exclusion is effective? Can it be fine-tuned or improved?
I think that self-exclusion is effective to a certain point. I mean, regarding responsible gambling being understood as a way of prevention, then self-exclusion is the next stage. It's creating some kind of barriers. It's a part of the self-limiting tools. And the great thing about self-exclusion is when it works, that you are able to, in just a very quick moment, stop every gambling possibilities that you are able to get. But this is just solving the part of the problem. I mean, if there are habits for problematic gambling, the self-exclusion itself won't solve it. So it's very important to have it extended with some kind of a therapy, some kind of a discussion, because it doesn't have to be problem gambling in the highest and the most severe form of this, but some kind of actions are very important to do afterwards. And in the matter of reliability, I mean, there are certain levels, different levels in which you can exclude yourself. So in the matter of online gambling, the first option would be to exclude yourself from the one operator that you have your account with. And it could be done in different ways. It could be done through the customer support agents. It can be done through the request by email, and it can be done also by the panic button. Panic button is something that should immediately at that right moment stop everything. But even though if you are unable to exclude from that one operators, the other operators, they have no idea.
Are still there and available, of course.
Yeah, and they have no idea that you have been excluded. And if they are not covered by the nationwide or the license-wide self-exclusion scheme, then there is no way for them to find out. So you can very easily just skip to the other provider and just to play there without anyone knowing that you are being self-excluded and that you have a problem with gambling. The second level is that you are excluding yourself from this nationwide or license-wide scheme, which will cover all the license operators in your country. However, you are still exposed to those operators which are operating offshore, which are able to accept you or accept you, I mean, just as a matter of what they are doing. And they as well might have no idea that you have been self-excluded. And it's quite easy for people to skip to those areas. You don't have to be very much experienced in IT and having some kind of a solution for fooling your IP address. You will just Google it and you will find it.
Nowadays it is made too simple, maybe, yes.
It is.
But I understand that you have an initiative going on that targets precisely this problem of self-exclusion. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is the thing that we have noticed for us operating globally, that this gap is there and the current self-exclusion options are not sufficient in the matter of global gambling. So we are thinking how to improve it and how to create this more reliable. So what we came out is the idea of creating a global self-exclusion scheme, to create the umbrella around the whole world, I mean, possibly, and to have the opportunity for players to exclude from all the operators around the world in the matter of a few clicks. I mean, achieving this goal is very, I mean, it's
ambitious.
Ambitious, yeah, that's the right word. It's a very ambitious project, and there are a lot of challenges towards it. I mean, it is a very structured area, very complicated topics. There are many pitfalls that are, I mean, going in the way, and that is the reason why we have created this as an initiative and sort of a movement, because we wanted to point the interest and the attention towards this point. And the reason for that is that we won't be able to do it alone. This is a collaborative project. It counts with engagement of the operators and other subjects from online gambling in order for this to be functional.
Fair enough. Earlier, however, you mentioned that it is important to also offer professional support because, of course, the player might acknowledge the problem. It does not mean that because they are barred from online casinos, the problem is solved. What are your views about the responsibility of making such support accessible?
Yeah, I mean, as expressed before, this is a very important thing to have in connection with self-exclusion. Current options and current I mean, packages which the players will receive once they will self-exclude differ very much. Some of them are offering just very few advices on what you can do now once you have self-excluded, and the others are made in a more sophisticated way that you really are able to give options. But the problem is that the players, they usually not use them, you know. If they are really not in the mood that they feel like they want to get help and they want to talk with someone, they might not get in touch with anyone. So what we are looking for with the Global Self-Exclusion Scheme is to create strong connections between those self-excluded players and the problem gambling help organizations in the matter of being able for those self-excluded players to request being contacted by that problem gambling organization. And this is the thing which is not being used in any jurisdiction, as far as I know, right? And also, according to studies and according to discussions I was able to have, this is a very effective matter, because imagine a situation that someone will call you like, "Hi Simon, I just seen that you have self-excluded yourself and you consented that you want to be contacted. So is there something that you would like to talk about? Is there something that I can help you with, you know?" So this is the thing that can create an impact, I believe.
It makes all the difference when a human is reaching out, and that removes the barrier because you're already there.
Yeah.
But where do you see the future of the industry going? Do you think that there will be more increased social awareness and social responsibilities?
Yes, I believe so. And it goes hand in hand with the responsible gambling, because there are different points, different perspectives that you can look on responsible gambling. It has been seen, or it is seen for most of the time, as a form of a prevention. But once you are behind the line of prevention and you already have some problems, the responsible gambling is just going away, and the solving that problem is going into motion. So that's where the social responsibility comes, because being socially responsible is when you have the option and you are able to see that there is some harm happening, you are there to do something. This is the responsibility we are looking for. And I think that this is the right direction for the industry to be sustainable in the future, to move from the public perspective and public outlook towards responsible gambling as being some gray area of business and something that is not really legitimate, towards being a legitimate business, being a legitimate way of entertainment, but with always having in mind to do it in the matter of those prevention methods and responsible gambling, to be aware about what you are doing, how the gambling is working, and what can be done, and I mean what could happen to you as a player. So if we will move towards this direction, I think that it will be more beneficial for everyone in the society.
Exactly. Thank you, Simon. It is great to see an important voice in the industry promoting social responsibility in a realistic manner. Cheers.
Thank you very much for having me.